Hey everybody. Oh, okay. Good afternoon. Happy Saturday. Let's get this party started. I'm a little under the weather, so so my voice is kind of raspy, y'all, today. So I just want to get some information out to you quickly, and then you guys can enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, let's get it on and popping, guys. So today's topic is what should you do if a nuke lands near you, and we're gonna be talking about preparedness and survival. Um, so first things first. So my agenda today is to educate you guys on a little bit about what to do if we are threatened, um, for a nuclear attack, and to just give you guys some heads up and some tips of being prepared of what to do, because let's face it, a lot of us don't even know the first thing. And I'm all about these conversations that we have online, but I also think that we should be big cap. I'm hurt you. Okay, you need to stop. I cannot. We are not calling the crackhead. I cannot. Not no, we not. Don't, please don't call the crackhead, y'all. It's definitely not gonna work out if you call the crackhead. Um, so so Russia is threatening other countries, including the United States, with nuclear weapons. So I thought that it would be very beneficial to talk about this for a little bit. So I want to share some instructions on how to prepare and to introduce some survival tips to reduce the damage from nuclear weapons. Experts say recently that a nuclear attack remains highly unlikely, but it is not out of the question. So, having said that, that means, ladies and gents, we need to be prepared and at least informed. So let's go over a little bit of facts about nuclear weapons. I'm not going to read all this, okay? So you guys can go back and read the slides yourself, because this is a lot. And again, guys, Miss Ty is under the weather. So if my voice give out on you, so you know why. Nuclear explosions can cause significant damage and casualties from the blast, heat, and radiation, but you can keep your family safe by knowing what to do and being prepared. Um, this is why I wanted to do this live. So, according to our government, um, Russia has 5,977 nuclear warheads, which is slightly over how many we have in the United States, which is 5,428. Um, so just know they have more than we do. um, a nuclear blast produced by explosion of a nuclear bomb, sometimes called a nuclear detonation, allow involves the joining or splitting of atoms to produce intense pulse or wave of heat, light, air pressure, and radiation. A nuclear weapons is a device that uses a nuclear reaction to create an explosion. Nuclear devices ranges from small portable devices carried by an individual to a weapon carried by a missile. A nuclear explosion may occur with or without a few minutes of warning. And I just did some research today, and um United States warning system is flawed. So, having said that, um, and it's very interesting to see that we don't our warning system is not up to par. Um, and I'm not surprised because even if you look at the tornado warnings and things like that, they are just starting to really um get being able to warn people before a big storm hits. So I can see how they will be lagging on this part. So beware that you may not get that warning in time. Um, let's see. Explosion with intense light and heat and damaging pressure waves and widespread dispersion of radioactive materials that can contaminate the air, water, and ground surfaces for miles around. So when a nuclear device explode, a large fireball is created. Everything inside this fireball vaporizes. So if you are in the strike zone, there's really not much you can do. Um, excuse my son in the background, y'all. Including soil, water, and is carried upward. Just create that mushroom cloud that you see when a bomb is dropped. So that's what creates that. Okay, so radioactive material and fallout. So I know you guys heard of that on when you're watching the movies and things like that. Hey sis, what did you say, Big Cat? If one does land, at least indeed, true. um, so we know about the it turns into this mushroom cloud. Okay, so the radiation is energy that comes from a source and travels at the speed of light. This energy has an electric field and a magnetic field associated with it, and has a wave like properties. um like we said in the beginning, it vaporizes. As this vaporized radioactive material cools, it becomes condensed and form little particles such as dust. So I know you guys have may have seen like movies and things of that nature. I mean, it was a TV show that was a series a couple of years ago that kind of had um was about an incident when a bomb dropped. So it's like these little particles that's falling from the sky, sort of like when a volcano erupts, and when you get the a volcano ash. So it's like that. Because fallout is in the form of particles, it can be carried long distance because with the wind, um, that's how the fallout tends to. I'm sorry, y'all. Tends to travel, especially with the wind. Fallout is radioactive and can cause contamination of anything on which is land, including food and water supply. Fallout is most dangerous in the first few hours after detonation, when it is giving off the highest level of radiation. And so having knowing this, guys, is going to be the reasons why when we get to the part explaining what should you do, just know that the first few hours after detonation is when the fallout is at the highest levels. So this is, very, very important. You'll see why in the next couple of slides. Um, it takes time for fallout to arrive back to the ground level, more than 15 minutes for areas outside of the immediate blast damage zone. Keep that in mind, guys. Okay. This is enough time for you to be able to prevent significant radiation exposure. All right. Any questions so far, y'all? Let me see what you got over here. The flawed alarm is not the problem. A lot of people do. Yeah. Okay. So we'll get to that part. We're gonna get to that part. We may not. Hi, Marcus. We for those of us that don't have bunkers, I'm going to tell you where you should go. Hey, I'm Yvette. I got some heat for myself. Okay. You need to come up and share what you know. All right, let's go because my head is hurting, y'all. Okay, let's go. Okay, what is the effects on a person? The effects on a person from a nuclear blast will depend on the size of the bomb and the the person is from the explosion. Like I said earlier, if you're in the epicenter and you're like in the blast zone, it's nothing. We go. That's imminent death. It can cause destruction, death, injury, and have a wide area of impact. In a nuclear blast, injury or death may occur as a result of the blast itself or as a result of debris blown from the blast. So sort of like, you guys seen when the towers fell and all the debris was flying and things like that. That's how a lot of the people got hurt. So keep that in mind. People may experience moderate to severe skin burns depending on their distance from the blast site. Again, please keep that in mind. Um, then you will have different types of, feeling sick, nauseated, um, bloody nose. I forgot what the other things were. Being hit by debris and from the actual blast. Um, or some of the symptoms that you may receive. While severe burns will appear in minutes, other health effects might take days or weeks to appear. So make sure So you'll see in the next couple of slides, we're going to talk about some of the things that you need to have so that you will be able to protect yourself. Okay, let's go on. So again, guys, I'm going to post all these things on the community wall so you can go back and read them. Why did I do that? Oh my God. Why did I put that in white? Lord have mercy, guys. Jesus Christ, I don't know why I did that. I can't even see it. Oh, you know why? I was reminding myself about something I want to say. That's why it's in that color. Sorry, guys. Hold on 1 second, guys, okay? Just know that this I'm going to correct this yellowing stuff that you see right here. I'll correct that in a minute. So I'm just going to read what's on the slide, okay? Okay. Other effects. People may experience two types of exposure. You're going to have external exposure and internal exposure. External exposure will, that will be on your skin. Some people, will lose arms, legs, that kind of thing. Okay. That would be, exposure to people, animals. Internal exposure would occur when people eat the food and breathe in the air that was contaminated. So you're ingesting it. So you're ingesting the radioactive stuff. So then, that's how you'll be exposed to it as well. Both internal and external exposure from fallout could occur miles away from the blast site. So keep that in mind. External exposure to lower doses of radiation and internal exposure from breathing or eating food contaminated with radioactive fallout may lead to an increase of developing cancers and other health effects. The minutes to hours after a nuclear blast are a critical window. The potential for radiation exposure decreases by 55% an hour after an explosion and 80% after 24 hours, according to Johns Hopkins Center of Health and Security. Please remember those numbers, especially the 24 hours, because we're going to see that again. Sorry about the yellow, guys. Okay. What to do before a nuclear explosion? Two things: build an emergency preparedness kit and make a family disaster plan. This is what we're going to talk about today. I cannot. I know I was trying to redact some stuff. I didn't look. You know what I was doing. Yeah. I ain't trying to get in trouble today. Okay. Here we go again with that yellowing. Well, I don't know why I did that, y'all, but okay. We're gonna get through it. Okay, so again, I'm sorry guys about the yellowing. I'm just gonna read it off for you. So, but when I post these on the community wall, I'm gonna take all this yellow stuff off. Okay, emergency preparedness kit. To assemble your kits, store them in plastic bags, and put them in your entire disaster supply kit in 1 or 2 easy to carry containers. Now, with these containers, once you put the top on, you're going to have to conceal them with tape, preferably the gray duct tape, because you don't want anything, you don't want any of the fallout or anything to get inside of them as well. Keep several of them where you most visit. So you may want to have one in your car, at home, and at work. Okay, things that you should have: a change of clothes, water bottles, and if you have access to or can buy some FFP2s or FFP3 respirators, trash bags, tape, household rubber gloves, glasses, goggles that protects your eyes, nail polish and remover or pure acetone. I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. Maps and compass. And I don't know if anybody is paying attention, there is an increase of people buying potassium iodine tablets, because this is one of the treatments if you were briefly exposed to fallout. So um I went on a couple of sites, and like they were like out and like completely sold out. So people people are paying attention. So let me finish reading the rest. Let's see. Oh, well, look at this. This was not well. Okay, anyway. A radio receiver, a whistle, dust mask, wrench, pliers to turn off utilities, a manual can opener, cash or traveler's checks. I would do cash, because I'm quite sure there ain't gonna be nobody bank to cash no check. Important family documents. Make sure you have those. A sleeping bag, warming blankets, a change of clothes. We said that already. Sturdy boots, fire extinguisher, matches, in a waterproof container. Ladies, your feminine stuff, a mess kit, paper cups, plates, and things like that, because you won't be able to use things in your household. Um, a paper pen and books, games for the kids, to keep people entertained, because when something like this happens, we're going to find out what you're going to do. Here I go with this yellow, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm gonna clean that up, y'all. You're probably like, Miss Ty tripping. Okay. Pay attention. That is the most important thing. We need to pay attention. And I'm gonna so as I said before, a lot of people are buying the potassium iodine for prevention. So you might want to I've already got mine, so I will get some if you want, because a lot of places are actually running out and it's on back order. Um, so just know that with that, the drug only works for only a short period of time. The drug will be effective 6 hours before possible exposure to radioactive iodine and 8 hours after such exposure. So it's not something that you can just take and then you're better, for days and days at a time. No. Also, in your kit, you should have bottled water, packaged foods, emergency medicine, and either a hand crank or a battery operated radio to get information in case the power is out, a flashlight, extra batteries. I'm quite sure y'all probably can, think of some other things that for your own family, which you probably would need, and make sure it is at least a 3 or more days of supplies. I hope I'm not. I know. I'm sorry, y'all, with the yellow. I don't know. I was tired, y'all. Okay, but just now I'm going to repost it, guys, without the. I don't know why I was doing it, but anyway, y'all, look, I'm reading it to you. Okay, here we go. Okay. Some other things that you might want to put in your preparedness kit is soap, hand sanitizer that is at least 60% alcohol, disinfecting wipes, general household cleaning supplies that you can use to disinfect surfaces you touch regularly. Keep in mind, each person has, specific needs, like, medication. If you have like an elderly person, with you, make sure you keep in mind their needs, so then you have everything that they need. Also, don't forget about your pets. Um, Also, attain extra batteries or extra charging device for phones and other equipment. So basically, double up is basically what you think. Okay. What'd you say, Army vet? Yes. So, like, yeah, you absolutely right. So, you know, using something for that's solar powered is not gonna help you at all. You're correct, Vet. I'm sorry, y'all, with the I don't know, y'all. Don't talk about me, y'all, with this yellow. Anyway, okay, make a family disaster plan. Okay, here we go, guys. This is the most important thing that I want to talk to you guys about. Identifying shelter locations. Now, Big Cap already said it. He was like, not everybody has a bunker, correct? But how many of you guys ever been to a building and you seen this like biohazard sign or this this sign that says fallout shelter? Like here in where I am, I see them all the time, like at old schools and things. Schools that have basements, those signs are there. And so what you might want to do in your area is contact your city and ask for a list of um fallout shelters in that city. I'm sorry for the yellow, y'all. I'm sorry, guys. So I'm again, for those who just tuning in, child, Miss Ty done put yellow everywhere. Can't see. So I'm just gonna read it off to y'all right now. Okay, identifying the best shelter location near where you spend a lot of time, such as home, work, and school. So the best thing is wherever you spend most time, make sure you know where the nearest fallout shelter is. The best locations are underground or in the middle of large buildings. So when you're driving around in the city, try to identify these types of places that you may not. So because a lot of, especially in the South, like, because in the South, basements are not common. But in the North, basements are, but so you have to make sure that you identify where the fallout shelters are in your city, and every city should have them. um so let me change this right here. So the best thing is to look for buildings that have basements. Yeah, Great Hill, no basements in the South. Yeah. um every now and then you might find a house that has a basement, but it most likely it's headed north, like in the middle. Not the further you go south, you're not gonna find it. I'm sorry, God, for the yellow. You know what, guys? Hold on, because I don't want this like this. Hold on, guys. Hold on 1 second. Hold on, guys. Because I want you guys to see this. Because Miss Ty is not gonna read all this. Okay. All right. Hold on 1 second. Okay. We ain't trying. If you guys have any questions, just put in the chat or comments, so then we can discuss it real quick. Again, I will be posting this on the community wall just as a guide for you to be prepared. Not trying to scare anyone, but with the recent activities that's going on across the world, I think it would be foolish of us not to at least be knowledgeable and somewhat prepared. I hope you guys will agree to that. Okay, let's try this again. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna take this down and then I'm gonna bring up a new one. Hopefully, it's no yellow stuff. Let's see, because we know. Yep, here we go. All right, let's get this party started. It's loading, guys. You might have any questions, just let me know. I just think that we as a people shouldn't be left in the dark. Um, and it's unfortunate that, a lot of our black and brown people are not, just don't care, you know. They don't care about things like this, and will be the first one crying, that they weren't prepared. So I'm just doing my little part. Okay, now let's see if this works, guys. All right. I think we got it now. Ah, it's still the yellow. Oh God, I don't know what happened. Oh, okay. This one's gone. All right. I think we read this part already. All right, we talked about making sure, and the B is underground, guys. So basically, you should find basements, subways, tunnels, or in the center of a building that doesn't have any windows. Okay. So if you have to leave your home, these are the places that you need to go. And again, I would definitely contact my city to get, because if they have fallout shelters in your city, they have a list of them and where they are located. So, and it is your right to be able to get those lists. So I know, brother, do you know where some of the fallout shelters here are here? Okay, guys. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to get inside. Okay. Surviving a near the epicenter of an explosion is possible, guys. So you can survive if you're not in the immediate blast zone. My son is tripping, y'all. Hold on one second. And he just want to sing while I'm trying to do this. Okay, let me see. Sis says they have a yes. Yeah, they do. Like I said, guys, wherever you are, the city does have a list of these shelters. So I would suggest that you contact them or see if it's on their website. And for the places that don't have any, I can't see any town that doesn't. But like small towns may not. So yeah, that might be difficult. So here is what you do if you are not necessarily in the blast site, but let's say if there's a blast in New York and I live in Philly, this is what you're going to do. You're going to get inside as the first thing. Okay. You're going to find some type of underground shelter, a place that doesn't have windows, because the fallout is going to be able to get through the windows. Okay. Because the particles is just like dust. It's not like big flakes or anything like that. So it can be easily get through doors and windows. So you want to be able to do that, okay? All right. If you're not in an underground shelter, do not approach windows. Stay as far as possible from the outer wall and roof. If you are on the streets during a blast, you should immediately find shelter or hide in a recess or behind any solid object that can protect you. Trying to think of what would be something that you hide behind. Maybe like a huge dumpster or something if you're out on the street. I'm not sure. What y'all guys think? What can you think to hide behind that can like shield you from the fallout? What you guys think? So if you're caught outside, it's better to lay face down, cover yourself with clothes. So if you have a jacket or something, put it over your head, cover your head with a hood or your hands. You don't want to be face up. You don't want to be sitting up. You don't want to be crouching down. You don't want to be squatting, none of that. Because it's not going to help you. And if you're in a vehicle during an explosion, you must stop and crouch inside your car. Because you have windows all around you. You need to be in a safe position until 2 shock waves. Guys, whenever a nuclear blast hit, it's always 2 shock waves. Remember that. It's going to sound like thunder. And after these 2, pay attention, guys. After these 2 shock waves have passed, you then have at least 10 minutes. You got 10 minutes, guys, to find a shelter before the fallout starts. Let me say this again. You need to be in a safe position until 2. There's always 2 shock waves. And it's going to sound like thunder. And after these 2 shock waves, you got 10 minutes to find a place to shelter in before the fallout starts. Y'all got that? When you have reached a safe place, try to remain a distance of at least 6 feet between yourself and other people, sort of like how we had to do COVID. And if you have a mask, put a mask on. But you just got caught, and I'm quite sure. Well, now we have masks every time. So, okay. Now, guys, remember when we talked about those hours? Y'all remember the 24 hours? Here you go. It is suggested that you stay inside for at least 24 hours to protect yourself. You should not leave wherever you're sheltering till after 24 hours, guys, because during this time is when the radioactive fallout is falling. And you don't want to get caught in it. Okay? So let me read this other part one more time, guys. You need to find a safe place, safe position if you're caught outside. Remember, you're going to be laying face down. Make sure you cover your head with your clothes or your hands or a hood. And after the first immediate blast, guys, they're going to be how many shock waves? 2 shock waves. And it's going to sound like thunder, so you're going to automatically know what it is, because it's going to sound like a thunderstorm. And it's going to happen twice. After you hear those 2 shock waves, you got 10 minutes to get booking. Now, this is if you've been caught outside, okay? Remember that. Okay. If you are near the blast when it occurs, God help us if this does happen, but this is what you should do. Turn away from the blast, close or cover your eyes to prevent damage to your sight. Drop to the ground, face down, and place your hands under your body. Remain flat until the heat and 2 Remember I said that? 2 shock waves have passed. If you're outside when the blast occurs, find something to cover your mouth and nose, such as a scarf, a handkerchief, or cloth. Removing any dust from your clothes by brushing, shaking, or wiping in a ventilated area. However, cover your mouth and nose when you do this. After those 2 shock waves, guys, move to a shelter, basement, or other underground area, preferably located away from direction that the wind is blowing. Because remember what we said earlier in the presentation, that this is how the fallout travels, by the wind. Remove clothing since it may be contaminated. If possible, take a shower, wash your hair. And ladies and gents, if you go to take a shower and wash your hair, do not use conditioner. Only use the shampoo, because what conditioner does, it actually doesn't rinse the contamination away. It actually adheres it to your hair. So you're doing more damage than good. So do not use conditioner. Just use the shampoo or soap and change your clothes. All right. If you are already in a shelter or basement, cover your mouth and nose with a face mask or another material until the fallout cloud has passed. Shut off all ventilation systems and seal doors and windows. And see, this is where, when I said what you need to have in your preparedness kit, tape, this is going to help seal the doors and windows, because it's going to get through every little crack, guys. Okay. All right. So what do you do next? As soon as you are in a shelter, you need to take off your clothes. They want you to try to wash everything off, and examine yourself to make sure you have no burns, and no cuts and bruises and things of that nature. All right. While you're in the shelter, you can only eat food and drink water that is from sealed containers. Anything that's been open is unsafe. If it has like a little slit in it, it's unsafe. It has to be sealed containers, sealed bottles, sealed boxes, sealed cans. Nothing can't be opened up at all, because the fallout, like I said, is small particles and get in everything. All right, so we already know about removing the clothes and all that stuff. And also, guys, remember to, and again, one of the items in the preparedness kit is the hand sanitizer and the disinfectant wipes. So you can also use this to help, your hands. If you got kids, they're going to be touching things in the shelter where you are. You still want to clean everything down. All right. This is what you do if you are advised to evacuate. All right, just imagine, they acting up over there, and Sleepy Joe, talking trash, and so now Putin mad, and so now he want to test the water. So all of a sudden they found that submarine that they lost the other day. They found it now. It's sitting on the bottom of the ocean right off the coast of the United States and about to get busy. Alarm goes off on the phones, TV, and I know some cities actually have like a alarm system for the city. That goes off. Here is what you do. You're gonna listen to the radio or TV for information about excavation, about the routes that you take. Like down there in New Orleans, they turn I-10 going. We going both. Just like how we do when a hurricane comes. So they're gonna tell you. So here, I say where I am here, they probably turn 95 into one of those routes, and you only going in one direction. Okay. So, and Also, they should tell you, and again, those temporary shelters, make sure you guys go and get the list from the city. They have them. Before you leave, close and lock windows and doors, turning off air. Y'all, turn the air conditioner off, vents, everything, all that, because once a blast comes or whatever, it's going to suck it into your house. Make sure you take your kit with you when you leave. And just as a courtesy, guys, remember your neighbors that may need your assistance. Okay. Yes, Prince, and no AC, girl. Nope. You're going to sweat it out. All right. If you are caught outside and unable to get inside immediately, this is what you're going to experience. Do not look at the flash or fireball. Now, you know we're going to have some crazy people that want to, ooh, I want to see, and they behind going to look at the thing. You know we got them. Just like how Donald Trump, y'all remember when we had that eclipse and they told him not to look, and he sat there and looked right there. You know you're going to have some silly person that's going to look directly at, y'all know we going to have somebody that's going to turn around and look like Lot wife turn into a pillow of salt. Y'all know somebody going to do it. Take cover behind anything that might offer protection. And we said this by lying flat. I think we are went over the things and going inside, taking off the clothes, brushing all the fallout off of you. Once you can find some shelter. Okay. Again, how long to stay in the shelters? The minimum is 24 hours, guys. And honestly, the longer you stay in the shelter, the lower the radiation exposure you'll receive. Okay. But if you're in a bad shelter that that's not, like in the basement or underground, where you can be well protected. If you know where there's one that is close by that you can get to quickly, um, they say you can move within an hour. I won't trust it, baby, because they be trying to set you up for failure. But anyway, uh the level of threat from outside also depends on the distance to the epicenter of the explosion. So again, depends on where you are. If something hits in New York, if you live in New Jersey and Philadelphia, um, your chances of um, survival is low. Sorry to say. I would say if you're in Philadelphia, you may have a better chance than the folks that's in, New Jersey. Okay. Um, okay. So the direction of the wind and the power of the bomb. So it like I said, it depends on where it goes. I'm Yvette. I can't with you. I'm not playing with you. All right, guys, I'm almost done. And then again, guys, I'm going to you know how I do. I'm going to post this on the community wall. This is not meant to scare you, but yeah, it is meant to scare. It's meant to scare you and prepare you. I ain't gonna lie. Because a lot of times, especially with our people, the people perish from a lack of knowledge. So I want to give you guys some knowledge. And you would be surprised of how many young people don't even know the first thing about something like this. They won't even know what to do. They know how to twerk though, but they wouldn't know what to do. And these are people that have children. So, I just feel it's necessary. We're not living in good in nice times, guys. I mean, we got to be honest about it. And don't just think that it has to be a missile coming over here, because what we read earlier, that a nuclear bomb can be on a person. Yes, that's one of the resources I have on there, Princeready.gov. Yes, you're absolutely right. Yep, that's one of the resources I'm gonna post on the community wall. All right, we talked about okay, how and when can we go outside? Before going outside, you want to put your respirator on, gloves, your raincoat, glasses, baby. You want to have everything on for better protection. You can wipe places down. You know, if you got to touch a railing, make sure you wipe it down. This is the part that I said you must have like the disinfecting wipes and stuff like that. Okay, the respirator must be changed every 3 hours. The raincoat every 8 to 10 hours, and they should be removed in a safe room, and most likely in the basement. If you get your hands or face dirty, wipe them with paper towel, dab in. See, I told you guys, you gotta pay attention to what I said earlier. Somebody in the chat was like, "Why on earth do you need nail polish?" Well, here you go. If you get it on your hands or your face is dirty, wipe them down with a paper towel dipped in the nail polish remover. This is why you're going to have it. Ladies and gents, because it's going to rain. When the rain starts, you must take shelter immediately again. All right, here we go. Fallout. How to survive. There are 3 factors to protect yourself from radiation and fallout are distance, shielding, and time. Distance. The more distance between you and the fallout particles, the better. And underground area, such as your home, office building, basement, we already talked about that. Basically, we know. Shielding. The heavier and denser materials, thick walls, concrete, brick, books, and earth between you and the fallout particles, the better. Time. Fallout listen, guys, this is very important. Fallout radiation loses its intensity fairly rapid. So it's not like it's going to linger like days and days and days, guys, okay? So if you keep in mind the timing, then you'll be able to know when you can actually like get up and, if you want to leave the location, leave the city, then you actually know. So we're going to talk about the time right now. In time, you'll be able to leave the fallout shelter. Radioactive fallout proposes the greatest threat to people during the first 2 weeks. That's why I said make sure you have, food and water for a long period of time. I cannot, Prince. Yes, we might need that too. Radiation recovery after a nuclear explosion. People in most of the areas that will be affected could be allowed to come out of the shelters within a few days, okay? If necessary, evacuate to unaffected areas. So this is the time the government probably will say, if anybody is alive, blah, blah, meet here where hopefully they will have like transportation to get people out of the city or allowing you yourself to get out of where you are. So this will happen within a few days, okay? The heaviest fallout will be limited to the area at or downwind from the explosion. Might be necessary for those in the areas with the highest radiation levels to shelter for up to a month. Guys, we laugh at these doomsday preppers and coupon hoarders all the time, right? But look, you might be in a shelter for a month and can't go outside. Let's move on. Is radiation the only danger from the nuclear blast? No, because it ignites a fire up to a mile away, damaging buildings up to a mile away, breaking glass up to several miles away. And if you are the dummy that's going to look towards the blast, like Big Cap said, he going to take a picture with the mushroom, it's going to cause temporary blindness up to several miles away. Don't be like Lot wife and turn around, look. You'll be blind. damage to subway tunnels, bridges, and utility lines up to a few miles away. All right. Now this one here, guys. Woo, this one right here, I'm not gonna child. I'm disobeying this order, okay? It says, should I pick up my children from school today? And they talk about no. Baby. I gonna get my baby. I don't know about y'all. I'm gonna get my child. I'm like, if I die, let me die. I'm gonna get my baby, okay? But here is what the CDC and our lovely FBI and government said. No, everybody, including yourself, is the safest for staying indoors. Schools and daycare centers understand how to keep children safe. We hope they do. Anyone who goes outside in the first flu, listen to this guy. So let me tell you something. To survive this is all about timing. Anyone goes out in the first few hours after nuclear attack might die from radiation exposure. So I know you're gonna get antsy. You want to go. You're just gonna have to like tuck it in because time is not on your side in this type of situation. All right. I did pull some coping how to cope with being sheltered in place because we have people that get an anxiety. We have people that don't like to stay in certain closed in spaces, claustrophobic. You may have, like myself, I have a special needs sign, so you might need to know how to cope with being in this because it could be a stressful situation. I'm not going to just scare y'all to death today. I'm actually going to give you some self help tips around here. Um, so the main thing is try to remain calm. Remain informed as possible by checking with the local news. Um, and just try to pay attention to your emotional health while sheltering in place. Remembering that many different feelings are common. Know that others are experiencing the same emotional reactions as you, so you're not alone. I know you may feel like you're alone, but you're not. um Try to recognize people around you, feed on each other for support when you're in this type of situation. um Try to focus on positive actions. I know that's going to be hard in this type of situation, but I mean, you don't want to go stir crazy. And there are some people that I forgot what they call it, but that actually will become violent, being like they're caged, like caged animals. They can't take that. Okay. So just be mindful of these types of things when, especially when you're sheltering with people. Yes, feed on each other. Like how you feed on each other's energy, not eat them, princess. Girl, I'm gonna hurt you. You so yeah. Oh yeah, stir crazy. Thank you. Yes, stir crazy, where they become violent and stuff. So you want to be able to just remain calm. If you need to cry, you need to cry. I mean, I'm not telling you not to express yourself, but especially if you're in a space with people that you don't know, you don't want to give them any cause to kick you out. Y'all know we see these movies and stuff where people be acting up and they be like, "Oh no, you got to go." So try to keep it, try to keep it together. Okay. All right, guys. Here are some places where you can get, and that we are at the end of this presentation. Again, OG Dad gave me COVID, y'all. So I am not feeling so good right now. So I'm glad this is the last slide. Here is where you can get some more information. Also, ready.gov is another place that you can, and of course, the CDC has a lot of information. Here are some places where you actually have a phone number for them, and they'll have more things on their website. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to end this stream, and later on this evening, I will post a a PDF file. Can I do PDF file? I gotta see if I can do PDF file on YouTube. I don't think so, but I probably would have to change all the slides into a photo and put them on the community tab, especially this one right here where you can have information. And I'm also going to add instructions for everybody to make sure you contact your city and state government office for the list of fallout shelters. That is very important, guys. Especially you ones that live in the South and in the West. Basements are not common. And being underground is the safest place. So if you're living in a city or state where basements are not common, you need to contact your city government or state government of where the designated fallout shelters are. That's very important, guys, okay? So this is my educational moment with Miss Ty. I hope I didn't scare you too much, but yeah, I hope I did scare you because I want everyone to be prepared. I know we having all these conversations online about thank you, Ty. I refreshed myself. Yeah, yeah. See, yeah. And we have all these conversations all the time. We having these conversations about the the submission and the husband and the wife and what's going on with Kanye and Candace and all this kind of stuff. And you're really not paying attention what's going on in the world as a whole. Because guys, even though we are not in the actual war zone, but these things do and will affect us. Do not think that we United States are invincible. Because remember, we are a melting pot. Unfortunately, we let everybody over here, and we don't know who's who. And again, a nuke does not have to come on a missile. It can be carried on an individual. Okay, so this is why I want you guys to be prepared. And so this is one of our exclusive conversations. Anybody have any questions or want to come up and say anything or comments? If not, I'm going to end this stream. If y'all want me to drop the link, just let me know and I'll drop the link. I'll wait a few minutes, read some of these comments. Yeah. You're welcome, Big Cat. Yeah, there should be. It's scared enough to be prepared. Love you too, baby. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. Just know that Mr. He said should be coming on in a little bit, probably at 4:30 maybe, or I'm not sure. So if everybody can go head over to Mr. He said Barbershop Talk. It's going to be a good one. I believe he's going to react to I Am Courtney Michelle and Shahar. I always get tongue tied trying to say it. Shahar Ali's interview. He's going to react to that. So that will be a very, very hot conversation. So head over there tomorrow, Sunday at 1. Miss She Said is doing, she do her Shame Sunday, baby. Okay. I hear a lot of times a couple of content creators. I don't hear no women take making these women accountable for nothing. They're not taking accountability and they're not calling out other women's stuff. And I'm saying to myself, well, baby, you watching the wrong content because over here with Miss She Said and Red Lipstick Vibes, baby, we be calling it out, okay? Shame. So tune in for Miss She Said Shame Sunday tomorrow at 1. Uh I think that's it. I think that's it, guys. And of course, regular shows next week. I have some exclusive. Oh yes, tomorrow. The other installment to the exclusive interview that I've done, and this is for the members only. Um, so if you have not joined the channel membership, hit that join button that's beside the subscribe button, and it's only $2.99, guys. For the membership, you will get exclusive content. Right now we're going to post, I'm going to post part 3 of the interview. And also there will be exclusive conversations with me and OG Dad. And only the members will be able to hear these conversations. So if you have not joined the channel, join the channel so that you be privy to this exclusive content. So having said that, everybody make sure you go over to Mr. He Said later on, probably think within an hour or so, for the barbershop talk. So thank you guys for tuning in. Again, I'm going to post these slides on the community wall. I just want you guys to be prepared. We're living in crazy times right now. And I just want you guys to be informed. Okay. So having said that, um, I guess I'll see you guys. Yeah, over on Mr. He Says page. Okay. So you guys have a great evening, and I will see you soon.